Hello friends and welcome. Last November, I happened to see a television promotion for a 6-piece collection of clean beauty products, which happened to be the Today's Special on HSN, the Home Shopping Network. It was a clean beauty brand I wasn't familiar with called Doll 10. So, of course, I was immediately intrigued and ordered the set. It included a foundation, concealer, mascara, blush, lipstick, brush, and bag. Unfortunately, I can't find the bag, which was really a lovely pink, but here are the products. And I have to say, I was really impressed with all the products. And because of the positive experience I had with this brand, I purchased a set of their lip lock serums this past January, which are long-lasting lip pencils. The colored pens are the long-lasting lipstick, and the light color you see in the pink product is actually a gloss that can be applied over the long-lasting lip lock serums. And as you can see, this is really a wonderful array of light to medium to deeper colored lip colors. And in February, I ordered a set of 6 eyeliners. What happened next is the story behind today's video, which I'll share with you in just a moment. But first, let me welcome those of you who might have joined us here for the very first time today, and also say a thank you to those of you who have been here before. If you happen to be over 50 and enjoy learning about skincare and makeup tips, techniques, and products that can make the biggest difference for us now, you have discovered a family of others who share this same interest. So if you enjoy what you see and hear today, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave. And be sure to tap on that bell icon so you'll be notified each Thursday when a new video is available on this channel. Now on to today's topic. Over the last few months, I've filmed several videos featuring some of the Doll 10 products that I was really loving, and I shared links to those videos on Facebook and Instagram. Well, out of the blue, this past March, I received a lovely email from Emily, who works for Doll 10, asking if I'd like to try some additional Doll 10 products. And I imagine you can guess what my answer was. Needless to say, I said I'd be delighted to do so, since I'd had such a positive experience with some of their other products. Well, not long after our email exchange, I received an amazing PR box of Doll 10 products to try. So today, I thought you might like to join me as I get ready using almost a full face of Doll 10 products. Some are Doll 10 products which I already know and love, and some I'll be trying for the very first time so we can see together how they perform on mature skin. So that's today's game plan. I do need to say that this video is not sponsored by Doll 10, but I will, as always, include links to all of the products that I'll be talking about and using today in the description box below. And at the end, I'll briefly share some of the products Emily sent me that I won't actually be able to use today, but which I'll be trying soon. Now, I usually fill in my brows with a powder brow product and then use a thin brow pencil to create a more defined brow line along the top of my brows. And today, I did use the Doll 10 brow pencil in the shade Brunette to do this. It has a very fine point, which I definitely prefer, and there's a spoolie on the other end, which is always a good thing. And the brow pencil worked beautifully. And I hope you can see how thin that point is. Let's next move on to eyeshadow, and I am really excited to give this Doll Squad 2.0 eyeshadow palette a try because I've heard some really good things about it from a fellow YouTuber. However, she is quite a bit younger than I am, so let's see how it works on more mature eyes. When I took a look at these colors and formulas, my first thought was, this is exactly the type of eyeshadow palette that I'd design because it's infinitely wearable. The shadows are warm, neutral, and cool undertones, and it's primarily a matte palette, which makes it extremely versatile. In addition, it has very light to medium to deep shades with warm, cool, and neutral undertones, which are perfect for creating basically any kind of look you could like, whether it's for day, evening, or a special event. And I couldn't resist swatching the 3 shimmers when I first saw this palette. They absolutely glide on and aren't the least bit flaky or glittery, which I really appreciate. And let me swatch the 3 shimmer colors for you, which are a light champagne color, a light copper, and a medium bronze. And here you can see them. They go from light to dark, and they are stunning. So let's go ahead and give these eyeshadows a try. I'm interested in seeing how they apply and how they blend. I'm going to start with this lightest color called Aisha on the lids. And I also like the size of these pans. It's really a lot of product. And I think it's so important to have a really light matte color in an eyeshadow palette. That way you can always use it to lighten up other colors and use it on its own. It's really handy. And I'm using some of that same light color under my arch and on this area, which is really dark. And I'm going to bring it down under a little bit too. I actually like the look of a matte light color on the inner corner of my eye. But certainly a shimmer can be gorgeous too. And I'm going to combine these two colors called Reagan and Selda for my crease area. And these glide on beautifully. And I like combining a warm and a cooler tone together. Sort of end up with a nice mid-tone neutral. And I'm not getting a lot of fallout, which is really nice as well. And now that I just have a little on my brush, I want to go a little bit more toward my nose. Then I'm going to take this darker color called Jen and put it on the outer part of my crease and lids. I think it's really nice that Doris Dalton, the founder, named these colors after some wonderful friends. Just going up slightly higher into that crease area. And as you can see, these are blending together beautifully. Then I'm going back with what I have left over, and I'm just going to go around the edge to soften that. Now normally I'd probably leave it just at this for a nice daytime look, but I do want to try out one of the shimmer colors. So I'm going to use this lighter shimmer color just in the middle of my eyelid. And this color is called Jamie. Oh, that applies beautifully. And that's just the amount of shimmer that I like to use. It's not overwhelming, but it does create some additional light and brightness. And I'm really tempted to try a couple of these other shimmers. I think I'll go with one more. I'm going to go with this copper color down here. And that color is named Emily. And I have a hunch that's the Emily that I corresponded with. I hope so. She's very nice. Oh, I love this color too. And these colors are not deep and dark and in your face, so they can really be applied in a number of different ways in a number of different areas. I'm just blending it into the lighter color. And then I'm taking the very lightest matte color and I'm going to put a little bit more just on the inner part of my lid. That is really a nice bright light, which I love. Now I just want to tilt my head back just to make sure that everything is evenly blended. For eyeliner, I'm going to use a Dalton eyeliner in the shade Cocoa, which is a deep brown, and there are 10 other beautiful eyeliner colors in this line. But before I apply it, let me swatch for you the 5 other colors that I have. The color I'm going to be using, Cocoa, is at the top. Underneath it is a black navy, which is gorgeous. And then you can see there are a couple of colors that have some shimmer and a deep black as well. So there's really a nice variety of colors here. And it took me a lot of rubbing to get those off my arms, so they are really long lasting. But you do have a little bit of playtime initially when you can blend them out a bit. This is one of the products I've tried before, and one of the things I love most about these eyeliners is that they're self-sharpening. When the lid is screwed back on, the sharpening is done for you. So every time you unscrew the eyeliner lid, you get a perfect point. And to my mind, there's nothing worse than an automatic eyeliner that has gotten dull and creates an eyeliner look that is way too thick. And I don't know about you, but I usually don't have much luck sharpening makeup products with those built-in sharpeners. In fact, I don't even try to use those anymore because I have ruined a number of products over the years. The easiest eyeliner application for me is to rub my angled brow brush across the pencil and then apply the eyeliner with my brush. And I do not see well out of my left eye, so I sort of have to feel my way along close to my lashes here. And the beauty of applying with the brush is that you don't have to do it perfectly. And then I'm going to take another brush and just go over it before it sets. And I got a nice thin line, which I love. And these are really nicely pigmented. Then something I like doing is taking some eyeshadow and going back over the line just to soften it a bit. I just think it looks really nice and natural. I think you can see how that softened the line a bit. And then I'm going to take a slightly lighter color and just do the outer 1/3 under my eye. And I'm going to slightly flick it up at the end and pat it in. This really expands the real estate of the eye, which makes our eyes look bigger. And I'm going to add a little bit of that color up above too. I absolutely love the Doll 10 Effort Lash Mascara that came in the 6-piece set that I purchased in February. It's a 2B mascara that does a great job of both lengthening and separating the lashes, and it worked beautifully on my sensitive eyes. But since one of the products that Emily sent me was the Doll 10 Lash Remedy Mascara, I'm going to go ahead and give that one a try today. It was originally formulated as a solution for dry extension damaged lashes and developed by a wellness doctor. The formula is said to create both length and volume while also treating and conditioning the lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and then give it a try. I think what I might try next time too is putting on the 2B mascara, the Effort Lash Mascara first, and then applying some of this over it. So that way I can get the best of both worlds, both the lengthening and separating and then the volume, because this mascara definitely provides more volume. I've already worn the Doll 10 Skin Perfector Foundation a number of times and really love the natural looking coverage that it gives. I wear the shade Light, and that's what I'm going to apply now. As you can see, it comes out like a fairly thick cream. I love how it feels on the face. It really does feel like a combination skincare product and foundation, which is what it's meant to do. And this buffing brush is really wonderful as well. You can cover a lot of ground quickly with this kind of brush. And by the way, early on when I was doing my skin prep, I also applied a little bit of eye primer to my nose. And I do that because the redness and shine in my nose is not easy to cover up, and the eye primer helps. And I'm just going to take a little bit more and apply it in the center of my face where I have more redness. And I'm really just kind of pressing it in so I get the best coverage. That is a beautiful natural look. This is one of my favorite products. And I'm going to go ahead and use a concealer that Emily sent me in the shade Light to cover up some pretty stubborn age spots. And I do love the applicator tip. You just squeeze a tube and get what you need. And as you can see, I'm just patting it in so I get more coverage over these age spots, which they definitely need. And I have a big one right here. And that's doing a pretty darn good job of covering it. For correcting my dark under eye circles, I'm excited to try the TCE Luminous Under Eye Corrector Emily included in the PR package. TCE stands for This Corrects Everything, and it comes in 2 shades, Rose Quartz and Amber. It's designed to instantly brighten the appearance of under eye circles while also creating an airbrush appearance, and covers up those fine lines and imperfections with a hint of subtle radiance. It can be truly amazing the difference a good under eye color corrector can make to lessen the look of dark under eye circles. So I am very excited to see how this product performs. And here's what the Rose Quartz shade looks like. This is the perfect color for under eye correcting. And the other color is, of course, deeper than this one, but this is the one that works for me. I'm just going to dot it on initially just in the area where I have the darkness, which is that bottom of that trough area, as I like to call it. And this is so beautifully creamy. And it's important to put this little cover over it to keep it nice and moist. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer in Fairlight, which is the color that I initially purchased on my own. And I'm just going to dab a little bit over this. I just want a slightly lighter color than I use on the rest of my face to lighten this under eye area. It feels so good on the skin too. I think my favorite products so far really are the concealer, the corrector, and the really amazing foundation. Just because normally these types of products don't feel like skincare, and these feel like skincare. I'm not sure if I need to set this under eye corrector and concealer with powder to keep it from creasing. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Doll Skin Pink Powder Brightening Powder under just one eye, and we'll check back on both under eyes later to see if there's been any creasing. And by the way, I'm also going to apply the powder in my T-zone. This powder is described on the Doll 10 website as a silky loose powder that is an ultra blurring weightless powder that creates an airbrushed look. And it contains vitamin C, bamboo extract, peptides, hyaluronic acid, and rose quartz to help nourish, brighten, and smooth the skin's appearance. And here's what it looks like. Just taking a tiny bit on my brush, and I'm just going to pat it over the corrector and concealer. Okay, so I have to remember that I did this on my right eye. I don't have a Doll 10 contour, so let me quickly apply my M Cosmetics contour in the shade Terra. This is one of my 3 favorite contours because it is very creamy and applies so easily. Normally I wouldn't apply directly from the stick, but since this is so creamy, it blends out wonderfully. And I'm going to use my Huda Beauty brush to do that. And you can see how easily that blends out. And then underneath, I'm going to go down. And then blend here. And if you have a short forehead, you certainly don't need to put contour up above, but if it's 3 finger widths or higher, then a little contouring can work really nicely. And I'm going to take my foundation brush, as I always do, and just go around the edges to make sure everything blends in perfectly. Next, let's try the cream blush. When I received this blush in the 6-piece kit that I purchased earlier, I loved the formula since it was wonderfully creamy and very easy to apply. But the color which I received, which was Mauve Flush, just wasn't quite right for me. Emily fortunately sent me 3 different colors: Natural Flush, Plum Flush, and Peach Flush. Let me go ahead and swatch each of these for you so you can take a look. So at the top is Peach, Plum is underneath it, and then Natural Flush is at the bottom. And here's what they look like. I'm going to pass the beautiful Peach Flush on to my best friend when I see her this summer, since it's a perfect color for her. But it's not a color that works particularly well with my skin's cool undertones. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the 2 remaining colors on my cheeks so we can check them out and see if they're buildable and how well they blend. So this is the Plum Flush. And I have no hesitation of applying this directly on my cheek rather than to my brush and then to my cheek. And that's because these are so creamy and blend so easily. And this is what the Plum Flush looks like. And then here is the Natural Flush. And as you can see, I'm just using a patting or a stippling motion. And I'm doing this so I don't disturb the makeup underneath. And I think you can see the difference. I hope you can, at least, because I know these lights sometimes kind of fade things out, but this is a much softer, more natural look. And the plum is a little bit brighter, although it's probably not showing up so well under these lights. I'm going to deepen it a bit so hopefully you can see it better. No, I think it's showing up a little bit better for you. I like the plum, but I kind of prefer more of a natural look, so I would probably go with this Natural Flush. And frankly, I think this is the easiest blush to spread that I have in my entire collection. So they are definitely buildable and so creamy and soft. Since I don't have a highlighter, I'm going to see if one of the shimmer eyeshadow colors will work as my highlighter today. I'll try the lightest shimmer color, which is Jamie. This certainly may not work at all, but let's just give it a try. Yeah, I think that is working. I always love when you can multitask with products. Yeah, that's really nice. The 3 lipstick colors with coordinating glosses that Emily sent are the colors Tempt, Flaunt, and Tease. Let me go ahead and swatch each of these colors for you along with the gloss, which comes on the other end of the lipstick. My practical Capricorn side loves the fact that these lipsticks and glosses come conveniently packaged together. The gloss is in the deeper colored end and the lipstick is the other end. And the lipstick just pulls out of the other end. So the top color is the lipstick in Flaunt with the lip gloss underneath it. And then underneath that color is Tempt with the gloss underneath it. And I forgot to bring the third shade in with me, unfortunately. But if I'm remembering, it's more of a peach tone, which is probably why I didn't bring it in with me. Flaunt has a bit of a brownish plum look, and Tempt seems to be pinker. So I'm going to go with Tempt. But before applying it, I want to find the best lip liner shade to go with it. I'm going to go ahead and try a couple of options and see what we think. Head Doll is the first color and Lip Goals is underneath it. And the Lip Goals one is definitely deeper, so I'm going to go with the top one to match the lipstick color better. These lip liners are also self-sharpening, which is really helpful. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to apply a little bit of Flaunt, which is a deeper color, over this color. And I also applied the Flaunt lip gloss. And I'll finish off by patting the dampened Doll 10 sponge over my face. And I don't know if you can see this, but it has a really interesting lip on it. So it has a shape that can work in a number of different areas on the face. And feels great just to pat it over. Now let's take a moment to check back on how the under eye areas look. On this side, I applied the Doll 10 concealer and then tapped some of the Doll 10 powder over it. And on this side, I didn't use any powder. Let's take a close-up look. It looks to me like I did get some creasing on this eye, so it looks perfect on this eye. So the powder definitely makes a difference. Now let's check out the finished look using these Doll 10 products. Let me quickly mention the other products that Emily kindly sent me that I didn't use today. 2 are skincare products, 1 is a hybrid product, and 3 are makeup. The 2 skincare products are the Doll Skin Genius Hyaluronic Hydrating Serum with reishi mushroom, the Smooth Assist Toning Neck and Décolleté Treatment, and the hybrid is a Doll Skin Genius Tinted Under Eye Treatment, which is a hybrid since it can be used as a brightening concealer, eye cream, primer, and illuminator. The 2 makeup products are the Doll Skin Genius Tinted Serum Primer and the Doll Skin Genius Multitasker in Femme Fatale. And this is a 3-in-1 cream color stick, which comes in 4 different shades. I did want to use the Tinted Serum Face Primer today, but since it is tinted, I decided not to use it under the Skin Perfector foundation. But let's take just a few minutes now for my first impressions. For me, there are quite a few real stars of the show in this makeup line. The Skin Perfector foundation, the concealer, the under eye corrector, cream blush, and the eyeshadow palette, as well as the powder. I also love the fact that the eyeliners and lip liners are self-sharpening, and they all glide on very easily, so I'm certainly recommending them. And the powder is definitely lovely and so finely milled and brightening, which is a great combination. And although I love the formula of the lipsticks and glosses, I'm really picky about lip colors, and what works best on me is more of a violet pink color, which I haven't yet found in this line, but if they ever do come out with a color like this, I'll definitely grab one, since I do really like the lipstick formula. I have to say that quite honestly that there wasn't a product I tried today that disappointed me, which is pretty darn amazing. And if you've tried any Doll 10 products, please let us know in the comments section below which product or products you've tried and what your experience has been with this makeup brand. And before we leave today, I just have to mention the blouse I'm wearing because it is such a wonderful spring-summer option. And it's really my favorite all-time blouse. It's from Lily Silk. It was gifted to me, and I'm very grateful for that. And it's silk, but it doesn't have to be ironed, and it is machine washable. So I love that fact. And if you're interested in this or maybe other products from that particular company, you can find a link to it in my description box below. And there's also a really nice discount code. Thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, I wish you good health and happiness and hope you have a fabulous rest of your day.